Hello, everybody. Our guest on the show today is Mr. Alex Liddi. He is recently retired. We are here to celebrate his long professional baseball career and being the first Italian born and developed player in the history of Major League Baseball. Mr. Liddi, welcome to the show today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Jeff.
So you, the first born and developed Italian player. I know you were involved in international teams as a youth, and that's kind of how you got scouted and developed and signed from there. But San Remo, Italy, what was it like growing up, and how did you get into baseball? And was it easy to find a baseball field and baseball team in San Remo, Italy?
So yeah, like you said, baseball is not that popular in Italy, and especially where I'm from, Sanremo is a small town on northwest of Italy. And I got lucky that I came from a family where my dad used to play baseball, my mom used to play softball, my brother is older than me, used to play baseball. So I kind of grew up in an environment of baseball, and all we did was baseball. All we watched at home was baseball. So I had this passion since I was a kid, and it was easy for me to go into baseball since the beginning of my life.
Have you seen it grow over there? Like, would it be easier if you were born in San Remo, Italy, to play baseball now over the last 20 some odd years?
No, honestly, it's going down. Baseball was really popular in Italy in the 80s and the 90s. It was actually, my dad used to tell me that they used to play on, people used to play on the street, and like it was really popular. I see picture of stadium with like 10,000 people, and like now it's like no more fans. There's less money involved in the sport, so it's kind of going on a downtrend. But hopefully, with the new president, it's gonna kick back up again.
But I want to fix that. I want to do whatever I can to help you guys over there. Because that's I grew up reading Baseball America, and they had that back page had the international stuff on there, and it would have Japan, Korea, Netherlands, occasionally some stuff about Italy, and I was just so intrigued by the international game that I've just always wanted to get out of the United States and experience baseball. So yeah, I love to get over there for a game still. So you were signed at by my math, you were signed at 17 years old by the Mariners.
Yes,
Uh,
correct. So yeah, that's when my professional career started. Before that, I was already playing in Italy in a different city. So I kind of like moved on my own. I was living by myself when I was 16, and go to school and play in this team. They were paying me just a little bit a month just to get through it, but that was more the experience and be able to play in a better competition, and so that's why I went there. And after that year, that's when I signed my first professional contract with the Mariners.
so was that your first time in the United States when you
No, I
began
came
playing?
to the States my first time when I was about to turn 12. We did like a Caribbean World Series with the national team, and that was my first time in Mattoon, Illinois. That was.
Okay. So what did you think when at 17, 18, 19, 19 years old, and you're seeing the small towns, the Midwest League and the California League by bus? What was your impression of the United States from that?
Honestly, I was just trying to go through my career. It wasn't that much worry about. I went through some stuff, but like now that I'm thinking about it, it's funny. Like I had to buy my first car without a license, no insurance. I was 18 playing in Wisconsin,
Uh,
in Appleton, Wisconsin, and it was cold. I mean, kind of used to the cold, but not that cold. And it's a small town. Actually, it's a great town. I enjoy my time there. But yes, we had to buy a car. We had to we sleep on air mattress for like a couple of years. We just put money together to buy grocery. It was fun actually. But now I'm laughing at it. At that time was
Looking
fun.
back at it, it was fun. At the time, it
Yeah.
was. You got called up to the big leagues September of 2011. How did you get that call? Did they just call you in the office? Were you guys at home? Were you on the road? How did you get the call to the big leagues, and what was that like?
So that year I was in AAA, and by the summer it was like around August. I already have more than 20 plus home runs. I had a lot of RBI. I was on the 40 man. I usually play a lot of good defense, so I was playing good defense. So a lot of veterans on the team they were telling me like you're gonna get called up this year, And like, so I kind of had that feeling, but until you don't actually like tells you you're going up, because September 1st came around, that's when they expand the roster,
Uh,
and it didn't call me up. Somebody went up, one or two guys went up, and I was like, so maybe it's not that sure that I'm going up. And then the season ends. I had 30 home runs, so it's like, you going up, you going up. And I remember that day they called two guys in the office before me, and I was like, yeah, you see, I'm not going up. So I started like showering, like getting ready to pack my stuff to like to go back to Italy. And then that's when they called me in the office and they told me I was gonna go to Anaheim.
God, that's stressful, man.
It is.
You think you're going for a week, and then you're the third person they call into the office, and you're like, oh, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Your big league debut, did your family come for that? Were they able to come?
So my family was there for my home debut a couple of days after, but when I make the debut in LA, they weren't there.
What was that like making the debut for your parents? Your parents are baseball people. They understood the gravity of the situation.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. I had my mom, my dad, my brother, a couple of friends of mine from Italy. They came and they were. I feel they were even more excited than me. Like it was amazing to have them there. And there's actually the video of my first hit. They put the camera on my mom. She was trying to keep it like cool, but I know inside she was happy.
I gotta find that video now. Hopefully that's on YouTube. I gotta
Yeah.
track that down. So your time playing in the big leagues. What's some of the good times that you had? Some of your successes and such.
So definitely, it was at the beginning it was a little bit overwhelming in the way where like you're so used to like to see these guys, on TV, on cards. I'm a big baseball fan, so like I'm one of the guys that like the Easter of baseball. So when I got called up and we started playing teams against like Yankees or even the Angels at that time that have like big time name, it was a big impact. I almost felt like I didn't know if I was there because it was like somebody say, okay, just go to the big leagues, or like I deserve it. But then, like going through, start playing, I find out that I got there because I deserve it. So I started enjoying it even more because I started competing instead of just admiring other guys. And that's when the start began, especially the year after that in 2012 when I made the team out of spring training. Um it was fun. It was fun. It didn't last long for me, but I definitely enjoy it. And I made a lot of relationship, and probably the biggest highlights when I hit the grand slam against the Rangers, because they intentionally walked the guy before me to face me, and I hit a grand slam. So that's the great feeling when like, okay, let's face him because he's not as good as the other guy, and then you end up hitting a grand slam. So that was a big highlight for me.
Yeah, I get how you could go from admiring the big leaguers to all of a sudden when they realizing, oh, I am one,
Yeah.
and feeling more comfortable and confident from there. I got you. And then so after your time in big leagues, you spent a lot of time in Mexico. Tell me about your time in Mexico. What was it the highlights? What was the baseball compared to in Mexico compared to AAA and the big leagues in the United States?
So Mexico was a big part, like you said, of my career, and I really appreciate the support they gave me when I was in Mexico. It's fun playing in Mexico. Is really fun. They play for win, so it's all about winning, and they have the Latin atmosphere with the fans, like with they're really big into the game. They like to be part of the game. It's a lot of music, and fans yell at you, fans support you. You go out to dinner, fans come up to you. So it's fun. It's fun. I would tell anybody to get that experience. And like I said, I was there for a long time, and it was really, really, I really, really enjoying being there. And I also made a lot of relationship there, and I have still this day I have a lot of friends from Mexico.
I've talked to a few people who have played down there, and it seems like over the past 20 years that play Mexico baseball has really kind of grown. From you get a lot more of the ex big leaguers down there. I think the word's kind of gotten out that it's a great place to play. It's a great atmosphere. The money's solid compared to other places you can play. It's better, probably better than AAA, correct?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I said, like you said, the league is growing. Is a lot of big name now. They're playing down
Right.
there. Also because the game has changed in the United States, so those guys are like 30 years old. They don't want them in the United States anymore.
Right.
So yeah, there's they're making good money. They're down there. The league is good. The level is good, and so I think he's growing. He's growing big time.
So you must have played ball. I think I'm counting 77 different countries. I'm kidding. That you played professional baseball. You also spent time in Latin America with winter ball. Where
Yeah.
did you play there?
So I played 2 years in Venezuela. Then I played in Puerto Rico, Mexico a lot. One time I was in vacation in Dominican, and they asked me to play. I played 2 games with the Escogidos.
They just like hand you a glove and hand you a bat and say
Yeah,
you're
that's
you're one
right.
of us.
I was at the beach with my friend, and they call my friend, and they're like, they want to. My friend's like, they want to talk to you. I'm like, hello, and he's like, this is Moises Alou. I'm the general manager with the Escogidos. Like, we know you're in Dominica. Do you want to play? I was like, I don't have nothing. I'm on vacation.
I've got flip
Just
flops.
just come to the field tomorrow. So I was like, what? I'm gonna just going to the field. So I went to the field. He gave me a pair of shoes from the Mets. Pedro Lopez was the shortstop. He gave me a glove. Then in the same stadium, the other team plays Licey, and Willie Mo Peña was my teammate in Seattle. So he gave me a bat, and I practiced for a week, and then I played 2 games. I played only 2 games, and I didn't think I got a hit, and I wasn't in shape to play. Especially that league is really tough. So I remember I called.
Your brain was still in vacation mode,
Oh yeah,
and now
yeah.
you got
So
there and faced 96 miles an hour.
so
Tough.
I call. On the day off. I called Moise and I told him, "It's like, listen, if you want me to come back, I come back another time when I'm like ready to play baseball. But I think it's better if we leave it like that, for you and for me." He's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, that's good. Okay."
So thanks for being here. Here's a paycheck. See you later. Toward the end, you actually played some time in the Italian league. Um,
Yes. So that was my wife is like, "You're gonna finish your career. You gotta finish in Italy." I never played in the major league in Italy, so I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna go and experience that as well, and I'm glad I did because we ended up winning last year. So it was another great experience. Be able to play with a lot of the guys that I know them since I was like 10 years old. So it's
that's
different.
awesome.
It's a different experience, and I definitely enjoy it.
Yeah, something you're glad your wife talked you into.
Yes, yes, definitely. My wife talking into it. My family was there. It was pretty cool.
Now, I talked to somebody who played in the Italian league a long time ago, like 2005, six, whatever, and he said it was just the greatest experience because the pay was decent. They play games like 3, 4 days a week. They set up the foreign players with an apartment and a rental car. He said it's the greatest thing in life. Basically, I had to work 3 days a week and then just vacation in Italy all summer. You think that's kind of
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
league is still like now?
Now the league is a little worse now. Back in those days when your friends went there, it was really good. Actually, it was way better. And now it just they don't play as much, and it's not as much fans they used to have before. But it's still, for me, it was a great opportunity to seal my career and finish from where I start. So I'm glad I did it.
Good. Yeah, I would love to do that if I was you for sure. So, and the last thing you got involved in, as far as international ball, is the Baseball United League in the Middle East. Man, I was following that when that came out, and that's just the coolest thing. The names of the owners, the names of the players that they were getting over there, and now they've released their schedule. I think where they're starting an actual season next November and December. I'm looking forward to following that. But how did you get involved with that, and what are your feelings on what they got going on over there? Is that going to be something that's real?
So I got involved with that through Eddie Diaz. Is used to be my manager one of the year I played in Mexico, and he reached out to me, asked me about this long vision project they have, and when they told me like the baseball and like in a different country, I signed up. I was like, I didn't even think about it twice. I
Is that
was
something that you've always enjoyed? Is the world travel of going
Yes,
places?
yes, definitely, definitely. So I was happy to be part of that, and then took a couple of years to get organized for that. But I think it's a really cool project, and
I can
the
see.
guys behind this are doing like everything in their power to make this happen and making a big thing. There's a lot of guy with passion behind this, a lot of guys that have drive to do this. One of the main guy, Cash, is really passionate about it. I think something good can happen. You just need time and you gotta be patient because they're starting something from nothing in a country where there's a lot of
Baseball's not a thing. Yeah.
yeah. So a lot of people told me like, yeah, nothing's gonna happen. Yeah, I mean, they say it because it's a slow process, but they're moving and they're take big step already. So I see a bright future in that. It's not gonna be easy, but I like what I see.
You're already in the history books for Baseball United. And I see your
Yeah.
hat, by the way, too.
Oh yeah.
Uh, how are you in the Baseball United history books?
I hit the first home run in professional baseball in
That's
Dubai.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's never going to go away. That you hit the
I
first
know.
home run in Baseball United history.
Yeah.
You played in the UAE series. That's hard to say. That was their one of their premier events. What was your feel from that? Were there good crowds? A
The
lot of
crowd was
attention.
the crowds was all right, but like I said, it's a slow process. It takes
Brand
time.
new.
But and the stadium, they built the stadium just for this. It was a nice stadium outside the city. You gotta have a lot of patience and dedication to this. The goal is to play baseball in different other countries. So we have to ask baseball player and baseball people need to support this instead of like going against this. No matter what.
Absolutely, man. It could be a gold mine for the game over there. It
Yeah.
could be a gold mine for players instead of guys who say top out at Double A get another opportunity
Yeah,
someplace to go.
for sure.
Guys who have spent a little bit of time in big leagues, it's another option besides Mexico or Korea. I think it's
Yeah.
freaking fantastic. You retired after the UAE series back in February, I believe, right? But
Yeah.
what went into your decision of retiring then?
Last summer I was going through some struggle in baseball. I wasn't hitting good, and my wife told me you gotta stop looking. And I was looking video of me hitting, trying to figure out what's wrong. It's like you're not gonna find the answer there. You gotta look inside of you. Seems like you've been playing baseball for money lately, and not for the passion you used to have. And that thing kind of hit me, and I started realizing that it wasn't the same like it was before. I have a family. I had to take care of my family, and also I wasn't producing like I used to produce before. So I put two and two together, and I made the decision that after Dubai I was gonna hang it up, and I'm happy with that. I'm happy to be home with the family. So probably the family was the biggest thing, and also my production that went down.
I think you timed it great that you played that series in Dubai and then
Yeah,
hung it out from there. It added
yeah.
another country to your 77,418 countries you play professional baseball in. When you planned to retire, you started planning your next move after your playing career.
I don't think it's easy and it's a clear path after baseball. I think when you do something for so long, like you're so used to get up, work out, like it's so used to one thing. Then when you get out, no matter what, you're gonna feel like you have an identity anymore. You're not gonna feel like you know yourself. Who are you after besides baseball? Like you don't know. So that's what I'm going through right now. I've been working on that a lot. I've been working on myself a lot, find out what I really want to do. There's a big project that me and my wife are putting together, and I start to find purpose in that, and I love that. But I still want to be part in baseball in some different way. I just want to give it back. Maybe not on the field, but there is other area of baseball where athletes, baseball player needs help. I'm gonna try to focus on that. I'm going through right now, so probably I want to be part of a community like that can help players during their career or after their career.
That's something that I kind of want to build with this project, man. I talk to guys about the decision to hang it up and what they're doing next, and you can form a community in that. You hear other people's stories that I've talked to a couple guys. I was like, oh yeah, I put up my baseball gear, packed it up. I haven't touched it since. I'm cool. And other guys, I really struggle with it. It's interesting for me and for I think other people watching to hear other people's stories, kind of form a fellowship. You're involved with the group. I see it on your shirt, the pro athlete community. I've seen your Instagram post recently about kind of being involved with them. Is that something that's kind of steering you in a good direction?
So I got invited to this event. It's a great community. It's a great event that I was got invited in Miami. They're more focusing on football player just because they have a better way to they set up
Recruit?
that yeah they got to set up in a good way. But there is guys on the baseball side like Matt Joyce and Manny Del Campo. They're on the baseball side and they're trying to make the culture of baseball in there too. So I'm not part of this, but I got invited and I definitely enjoy it. If there's something they're doing that I'm admire that I'm looking for to do it myself, helping players. So yeah, I'm glad I went, and they're doing good stuff, helping athletes after retirement in all different aspects of life. It could be helping them with their traumas, their limiting beliefs, helping them with real estate, helping them with their career, just helping them networking with other people, and anything that can help them grow after a sport.
I want to get involved in something like that, like continuing education, so you can get back to college. You know, either if you're 33 or 39 years old, go back to college, get a degree. I know it's hard the transition time. I've transitioned in and out of careers a few times, and it's tough. But your career is something that you've worked your whole entire life for, and that's all you've known, and that's a completely different thing. But yeah, I just always admire you guys and the way you're able to pivot from baseball to something else. But do you want to let us in on the little project you and your wife are working on? If not, that's cool.
No, yes, it's a lot of has to do with this. We're trying to bring wellness and business finance together. So we're trying to create an environment, a place where people can come and take care of their body, their mind, their soul, and that's gonna help them achieve bigger goals in their business. We're just trying to create awareness of do you have to take care of yourself first before if you want to grow your business. A lot of people I feel like in the United States, especially, there is this hustle mentality, which is good,
Mhm.
but then that's when the burnout comes in, and like they stop taking care of their body, then they have health issues, they stop taking care of their family, stuff like this, just to achieve goals that, yeah, you get money, but then what? What are you gonna do with the money if you don't have health? If you don't have a family to or somebody to enjoy the money with? So
If you don't
that's
have time to enjoy your money with your family,
correct. So that's what we're trying to create. We're trying to make this awareness to people, help the people, and like see that you can make money and still be healthy and still be able to have good relationship with your family. So that's what we're trying to create.
your wife. How when did you meet her, and how long have you guys been together? Is she somebody from the United States, from Mexico, or from the internet?
So I met my wife in 2012. We were playing in Colorado.
Hmm.
My wife, she's originally from Brazil, and that's when I met her. And we started hanging out, and then after a couple of years, we got married, and then we got two kids, two daughters. She was one of my biggest support, and she's always there to advise me, even sometimes when like the advice is something that I don't want to hear. So I definitely appreciate her for like stepping up and like don't just go with just to make me feel good, but she tell me what's up for real.
Right.
Since I retired, I feel like we even got closer because this project we having together. I think it just make us even closer.
I've studied up on this, and you hear kind of the opposite more often, where a baseball player retires and he's been on the road for 10 months a year for years, and now all of a sudden he's home, and it kind of creates a little shock to the system there, where relationships struggle after and then at the same time that guy's going through the identity crisis as well. It creates a pretty tough atmosphere at home after a player retires. I'm glad you guys are doing well. It sounds like you guys are working as a good team
Yes, yes. Like I said, that's one of the other thing that, like you said, it's a big problem in baseball and in any other
in
sports,
sports. Huh?
and that is why we're trying to create awareness to people and the way it help athletes and people in general, entrepreneur in general, like so they can have tools to go through these struggles and make it faster and like adjust faster and make it just a better life for them.
And when you guys get this thing off the ground, whenever, reach out to me. I'll spread it, help you spread it around, and you can come back and talk about it some more if you want.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it for sure.
All right, Mr. Liddy, that's all I have written down for you, man. Congratulations on the things you've accomplished on a baseball field, man. It's something that really, less than 1% get to touch the big leagues and then have a career as long as you had and see the world like you did and meet the people that you have, man. That's an incredible career that you should be proud of, and I'm happy for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's been fun for me to follow your career since you run the back pages of Baseball America.
I appreciate it.
So do you see where I messed up there? I left out the man's whole entire international career. I had my notes. I had the page folded over where I couldn't see it. My brain wasn't working. So I just skimmed over the guy's international career. He played in tons of international tournaments with Team Italy as an amateur. He played in 3 World Baseball Classics and other national tournaments. He was part of the Italian team in 2009 that beat Canada, part of the 2013 team that beat Mexico and Canada. The 2 big upset victories in part of the 2013 World Baseball Classic. He was a part of it. I just kind of glazed over that. So my apologies for that. The man also played in 3 of the All-Stars Futures games, he was the 8th player to play in 3 of them. So the guy, I left out a good bit. Like I said, the guy, his international career with Team Italy, legendary. So I apologize for that. We're here to celebrate Mr. Liddi's career, and I left out 3 of his big distinctions there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Mr. Liddi, thank you very much for your time, and congratulations again, man.